Hey guys, good morning. It's Tony. I did get a request to do a TA on NOC from one of my comments on YouTube. One is a guy that's been following me for a while. So I did want to do. How far can it go like that? Probably. There we go. Um, as of right now, what kind of a drop was that? From 488 to 4. I mean, it's not that bad, honestly. Um, Watch. Well, because I'm doing this from scratch, I mean, we can start by just adding all S and R, right? For the most part. Look at that guy. That I've been talking to the scammer. There you go. I don't have an Instagram, right? I don't have an Instagram. I'm talking to the scammer right now. If you guys saw my last video, I'm basically talking to that scammer right now because he's don't don't get scammed. I'm please go report the scammer because that's whatever different video. I think I mean just looking at this, I'm extremely bullish on whatever NOC is, right? Just everything on this chart looks extremely bullish, but you do have small little gap here at 414 and 411 that is probably going to get filled. You are headed right now, to the downside, but you broke low. Yeah, I think you're going lower. I think you're probably going to go back down to 408 on NOC, and then you can probably see a really nice recovery to the upside because it's been extremely bullish, right? Even for every single week so far, you've been extremely bullish. So I cannot, I don't really need to do too much TA on this. I think for the most part, you're probably going to come back down, and you might fill this gap here around that 410 level, hit support, and then probably recover back to like the upside and stuff. I really doubt that you're gonna keep dropping a lot lower. It doesn't seem like we are, honestly. All the momentum is, or if anything, we're probably even hitting a low. But the only reason I'd be worried is because you did hit a lower number than the relative low of 436.06, 435.6. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd have to say that for the most part, I'm actually I'm pretty bullish on this. I think any instance of this heading back down here and then running back to the upside up there, I think that's pretty plausible. It doesn't seem that. I mean, you do have support here, right? I mean, you do have like, do you though? No, you actually had support is actually at 441.63 for NOC. Yeah, so you actually have support here. Yeah, sort of. Yeah. I think there's a really high chance you're probably gonna go back down to 408, fill this gap, and then run to the upside. I don't think that I don't think that it's gonna completely drop. Plus, you have a head and shoulders pattern right here. I mean, you have the first shoulder, head, and then a shoulder, right? I don't really trade off of patterns, but I mean, you can see it right there. It's pretty obvious. You are closing under support, right? You're closing over it, so you're not closing a complete bearish candle under support. But I think once you actually get that completed candle under there. Yeah, so even on the 4 hour, like you're closing like a halfway point candle on the 4 hour there. So I think once you actually close a full bullish candle, a full bearish candle under the support of 441, I think you're gonna see that drop. But I think as of right now, I think it's kind of an easy call to say that it's going back down to 408 and then possibly from here recovering. I think if it drops under let me see where we have our relative low for the daily. Yeah, I think if you drop under like 384, then there's a really solid chance you're gonna go back to support. But I mean, you have a lot of support right here. You have trend support and you have price support as well, right? So I think for the most part, I think the most that you can possibly drop is probably back to 378 at most, right? And that's I think that's extremely unlikely. But I think that most you probably go down to like trend and support, and then you like maybe trade sideways or you completely recover to the upside. But as of right now, I do think it's going back down to 408. I'm like 90% sure it is. And then from there, it can either recover back to the upside or it can keep dropping. But I don't know. I'm pretty bullish on all ends. I mean, how long does this actually run for? What does it do on the weekly triggers? It drops suddenly, it drops suddenly, it drops. I mean, it does have like a reputation of dropping hard. What does it do on these weak bearish movements? Yeah, I don't know. I think overall, I mean, I have to be bullish on NOC. It just looks bullish. Like the chart looks great. Like there's no reason for me to not like this chart. Like it's a fantastic looking chart. And I think right now, because March barely started, we're still in the beginning. I think that relatively on the month, you tend to run pretty hard on month triggers, 1, 2, at least 3 month runs, right? You're barely on the second run. So I really doubt that it keeps dropping. I think that probably for NOC, you keep rallying for another possibly 2 months or so. You might see a drop to 408 and then run to the upside, but I think you have like another 2 months of bull momentum on NOC. So I think it's good. I think it's solid. I think if you're not already in this, I think this looks like a solid, just like a solid long term, and like a really good addition to your long term portfolio. I mean, look at that. Look at that chart. It's a beautiful, 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 beautiful chart. Look at that. Since 10, look, it's been just continuous run on the upside. I mean, I would not be surprised for this to have like a relatively smallish market cap either. Like this looks like a really good. I have no idea what these people do, right? I have no idea what Northrop Grumman Corporation is. But looking at the chart, like it looks fantastic. I mean, I would probably buy a lot of this for my long term and just hold. It looks really, really, really good. And I think, like I said, I do think that as of right now, it's going down to 408. But I think any of these prices right now, any range between like 370, like 430, I think you're getting a solid deal. I think just looking at the chart long term, it looks like it's going to keep running up to the upside. They're doing a fantastic job. Whatever it is that they do, it's obviously represented in the price, right? So, yeah, 408, possible recovery to the upside. I really don't think it's going to drop to 378. It has a lot of bull momentum. Let me see. You have, yeah, I mean, you have a lot of volume around 388. So I think if it does come down here to like 38, to 378 around this area right here, I think will be the bottom. I mean, if it does come down here, I would load the F up on NOC. I think this would be the complete bottom. You don't have a lot of volume trading around this range, so it's perfectly fine. But I think if we do end up dropping to like 378, like 380-ish, like around this level, like 390, 380-ish, 378, like I think it's an immediate buy. On my side, I would immediately buy. There's a lot of volume coming in around here, so I would take the buy, especially with all the bullish momentum. So NOC, 100% bullish. This thing looks like it's going to like $1,000, to be honest. Like if it keeps on that rally, I think it'll keep running up super high. I don't know the actual market cap of this. Let me see. Can we find the market cap? Market cap 68 billion. 68 billion market cap. Quarter is earnings have been relatively solid. I mean, they've beat apart from, Q4 last year. Yeah, I mean, everything has been extremely well for this company. I mean, their earnings are great. Their market cap is 68 billion, which it is relatively high. But I think at the rate that they're moving, at the rate that they keep running to the upside, I think it's going to keep pushing, to be honest. So I'll see you guys later. Have a good day. Bye-bye.